What's going on, YouTube? Just want to tell y'all real quick, in the last video we just dropped, I've seen a lot of new faces showing love in the comments. That's what I want to see, man. Hey, be a part of the community. Don't be afraid to comment. I'll respond to everything I can, everything that I see. If you got questions, I'm going to respond to them as soon as I can. Hey, and especially on the giveaways, man. Hey, throw that comment out there. Be a part of the giveaway. Get you something back. That's the whole point, man. You know, y'all show love, I'm going to show love back. That's just how it's going to be. In this video though, we got another money play for y'all out of the New England Patriots playbook. I've been labbing that playbook. I'm liking it. It's got some of the most glitchiest routes, the most like crazy crossover plays. If you haven't tried it out, give it a shot. I guarantee you'll like it. You know, they got plenty of passing plays, not so much on the running side, but definitely on the passing side, they got it. The play we're talking about right here is going to be on the screen. YPA post white cross out of the single back A slot. This is what you do with. Lost track. Yeah, but anyways, this is out of the New England Patriots playbook. If you haven't tried it, give it a shot. This is a single back A slot, PA post Y cross. Very good play. You can beat every coverage with it. We're gonna get into the practice field. I'm gonna show you how to set it up. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, this is gonna be against a cover 3. This is what the play looks like when no adjustments made to it. But the way you're gonna be able to glitch cover 3 and cover 4, basically almost every coverage, is you're gonna have to set it up like this. Go ahead and put A on a streak, put B on a drag route. Now this one's optional. I like to put my left tight end RB on a block and release cross. So it'll look like this. He's gonna be there blocking for the most part, but you know, if you need to, you can release him. And a lot of times he gets open. And another thing, optional for the running back, if you want to block him, you can, or you can keep the play action. Off rip, you probably want to keep the play action, you know, just to keep him guessing. And then you're going to motion snap. So what you're going to do is motion over X. And as soon as he passes the right tight end, you're going to go ahead and call hut. And then just watch what happens. Wide open. And it takes a few moves like that, and you got a touchdown. We'll run that back in a replay. So what's happening is that cornerback that's on top, he just keeps going back because the tight end's on that streak route, and then this drag route brings down the purple route or a flat route, whatever route that's going to be right there. Because Davante Adams does that little cutout to the right, he makes it seem like, okay, he's in my zone, I'm here, I'm good. And then he realizes, okay, the drag route's coming, so I got to drop down for that. And once he does that, and it happens every single time, once he does that, Davante Adams is going to be wide open. There's going to be no safety over the top, and then you have enough room to make a few moves and easily get a touchdown. Well, we'll run it one more time so you can see that it is consistent and it does always work, and then that zone always drops down. So again, you're going to put A on a streak. Again, RB on a block and release cross. That's what I prefer. You can put them on a delay fade as well. And then B on a drag route. And like I said, you can block the running back or you can keep the play action. We'll block him this time. And then you're going to motion snap X. As soon as he passes that right tight end, go ahead and call hut. You don't have to leave the pocket. I just like to. It just feels better. But you can stay in the pocket and still get the play off just as good. But it's the same thing. It's consistent every single time. And once again, a couple of moves and I'm breaking everybody off. And I could easily get a touchdown. Against cover 3, it's the best. But it's going to work against cover 4. And we're going to get into that right now. All right, this is going to be against a cover 4 drop. Same setup. You're going to put A on a streak. RB is a preference. You can put them on a delay fade or a block and release cross. I prefer the cross because I go that way when I get outside the pocket. B on a drag route. Running back's optional. You can block them, put them on a route, or keep the play action. I prefer to block them just to have that extra blocker. Then we're going to motion snap X. As soon as he crosses that, passes that right tight end, call hut. You won't get as much room from that cornerback as you do on cover 3, but you can see I still get a lot of room. You still have room to make moves and get a possible touchdown. You will get more touchdowns against cover 3 because it's only a safety and a cornerback. And on cover 4, you know, you got 2 safeties and a cornerback, so the cornerback's not dropping back as far. We'll run it a couple more times so you can see that it is consistent. You know, I don't like to, you know, make a play and then like show y'all, oh, it only works one time. No, I like to show that it works. It is consistent. The purple zone's always going to drop whenever that drag route comes across his face. And you're going to get the same results every single time. Like I said, you can see the cornerbacks there are a lot closer, but you're still getting solid yards, 20, 30 yards every time. I really like this play against all coverages. I think the only coverage that, you know, will stop that specific route is man coverage, because it messes up. You'll see when we get to man coverage, it doesn't work as good as you think it would against man coverage. But there's things that you could do to get around man coverage. But you can see it's working very consistent every single time. The cornerback's way back too far, and then that purple zone drops down to account for the drag route. So let's go ahead and jump against cover 2. All right, this is gonna be against a cover 2. Same setup. You're gonna put A on a streak, RB on a block and release cross, B on a drag. We're gonna block the running back. I like to have that extra blocker. All right, if they have a defensive end outside of your right tackle, because we know that our tight end's going out on a route, and you know that you like to go outside the pocket because it helps the play work better, make sure you either might double team them or ID them. I like to double team them because we know we're gonna get outside the pocket sometimes, so it's no big deal on the left side. I'm not really worried about those guys. So let's go ahead and motion snap X, and once he passes that right tight end, you're gonna call hut. Against cover 2, you're gonna be a little more patient because that cornerback drops back really far, but he's still gonna come up. I kind of threw a bad pass. I could have got more a better pass and a better catch. But you're gonna see he drops back really far, but he still has to bite on that drag route because that's really his zone. And I noticed that cover 2, a lot of times those blue zones, if you leave them at default, those guys are gonna drop back like it's man coverage or cover 4. Same setup though. Let's run it a couple more times so you can see that it is consistent. Like I said, you just got to be patient. Because that cornerback, you see he's dropping back really far, but once he comes up, you got all that room. Easy, you can just like that make a couple moves, get extra yards, get you a solid 30-50 yards. Sometimes it's a touchdown. We'll run it one more time just so you know, you can see that it is consistent. I'm not really putting the other tight end on the route. There's no point, because he's really there just to block. He's just there. If I need to release him, then I will release him. And he's just that little check down for me. But you can see that it is consistent. It's gonna work. You don't have to leave the pocket, but it does work way better when you do leave the pocket. So let's go ahead and jump into man coverage. All right, this is gonna be against man coverage. Easy way to make it look like you're still doing the same thing. You're still gonna motion snap X, but what you're gonna do here is you're gonna put A on a 5 and out, and then you're gonna smart route them. So it's gonna look like that. I still would block the running back. You can do the play action just to keep them guessing. B is also a really good man beating route right there. I wouldn't change them, just leave them there as is. And we're gonna slant X, and we're gonna motion snap them. You're gonna see what happens. X can easily get open against man coverage when you motion snap somebody because they can't get pressed. You can see right there, he got wide open, but you're also gonna look for A. This is just like that last play I just dropped. It's all about, setting up your players to get in the right position to run the right route. And that's what we're doing. Now, if I wasn't to motion snap him, what you're gonna notice is the guy that's guarding A is actually the guy to the right side. So it wouldn't work if you do the 10 and out. I mean, it could still work, but it'll work a lot better if you do a 10 and in because he's on your outside and not your inside. But when we motion snap X, he takes over the cornerback that's gonna be guarding on the outside. So that cornerback is now guarding X, and now the linebacker or safety, whatever position that is on my inside. So now that's going to make the 10 and out work just like the last play. And you're also going to see B gets open on this play as well. It's a bad pass, but you can see he got wide open. So you have 3 routes that can beat man, and you're going to have a lot of blockers, to give you that time, which against man coverage, you really don't need that much time because these are quicker routes. The longest route will be your tight end A, but I think that's the route that works the best because X is going to come across a lot more traffic, and this guy's kind of just getting out there in the open. Like I told you, you don't need somebody like Darren Waller or Kittle, somebody with really good route running to get open because it's all about positioning. So that's how you beat man coverage.